Voters' turnout in the Arab society, the roulette wheel in Israeli elections. Although expected to be low, given Israel's proportional representation system, it's crucial for the coalition building afterwards. Why do specifically young people in the Arab society vote? And why not? Looking for answers. First stop, Haifa, northern Israel. For the first time, we saw that an Arab party, Ram, entered a coalition. What influence do you think this experience had?
It was indeed a step that no one ever took before. Did it succeed? No. Until now, it was all only slogans. 350 million shekel for the development of electricity and building of infrastructure. But the Khamenei's law did not stop. Destruction of houses still exists. So does violence and murder in the Arab society. Today, we count 98 victims of murder in the Arab society. We exceeded the numbers of last year.
Ala Ighbariya has worked in previous election campaigns for several parties. He points out one issue that remains critical for voters and Arab parties, no matter which election.
The question is, how much can we as Arab society profit from our presence in government? Don't forget, one topic is always problematic. Yes, we are represented in the government for the first time and had influence, but on the other side there is the Palestinian society. If there is a war with Gaza, what do you want to do as a party?
Solidarity and identification with Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank are crucial for many voters. In Nazareth, 24-year-old Ward Jarasi is a member of the Hadash party, which together with Tal runs as a one list. He identifies as Palestinian, not Israeli. Still, he would never skip voting in an election. To him, representation in parliament matters.
The parliament is one of many sites of struggle, and our representation is necessary. Because who else wants to represent me? Ben Gvir? No. Smotrich? Will I allow Ben Gvir, Smotrich, Miri Regev and the others to represent me? No. I have my people to represent me.
Ahead of this election, the four Arab parties are not running together on a combined ticket. This places each of them at risk of not crossing the threshold of 3.25% of the vote, or, like Hadash, Tal and Ram, to receive the minimum number of seats to enter parliament, 4. While Ward Jaraisi sees parliament as only one of many ways to take influence in society and politics, Ala Ighbariya considers it a great mistake that Arab parties do not send a message of unity to the voters.
Today, Arab society is at a crossroads. Will I vote or not? I will call it a political catastrophe that we have among the parties. Okay, there was a quarrel, but they need to overcome it. Next, say come and vote, everyone, so that Arab society goes out and actually votes.
Ward Jaraisi does not need to be motivated to cast his ballot, as he thinks Jewish parties do not benefit him at all.
When we lived under Netanyahu or Lapid, did anything change for us? Yesterday they entered Nablus. Why did they take it for themselves to enter Nablus? They killed Shireen Abu Akleh. What else is there? Many incidents. Or the issue of criminality in Arab society. Only yesterday there was a shooting in my neighborhood. The day before yesterday, people were killed.
Strolling through the market in the old city of Nazareth. Here, people like to talk politics, but unlike Ward, they do not believe in the idea of representation in parliament.
I'm not going to vote. We have very different opinions about parliament. We were let down by the Arab parliament members. Our representation did not help us or change laws. I refused parliament not only because Arabs betrayed us, but because they also represent the laws of the State of Israel. It's not a democracy as it should be.
Did you vote in the past?
Yes, but I saw it was for nothing.
Further north in the town of Nahaf, Saleen Ismail, 22 years old and a member of Tal, advocates for young and female voices in parliament. But she thinks that Arab parties can best influence from outside the government.
After Ram entered the coalition, I think that our place isn't in the coalition. When you're in the coalition, you're obliged to a specific government and to its head, whose principles are totally different and even contradict those of the Arab society.
Saleen understands the frustration, especially of the youth. She feels that what she sees as racism against Arab society in Israel is growing and understands the disappointment with the political system. However,
we should understand that not voting is also not a solution. Of course, there's blame and anger. One reason for that is the lack of unity this time. On the other side, I think that causes a form of pluralism, which even reflects the reality better than unity.
Arab Israelis or Palestinians in Israel have a significant influence on the elections with their decision to go to the polls or not. Their vote or their missing vote might decide about which government Israel will have, even though they might not even identify with the political system itself. Pia Steckelbach for I24 News.